Fitbit has announced their first official full-fledged smartwatch after acquiring Pebble and Vector earlier this year. And this is their first, like, I guess you could say this is actually their first smartwatch because they did have the Fitbit Blaze before, but this is more of a real smartwatch. Andrew, what makes this like more of a actual smartwatch compared to the previous one?
I mean, the biggest thing here for Fitbit is they're running its own proprietary um, operating system. So they're not using Android Wear or anything like that. They're not even using the Pebble OS from the Pebble smartwatches. It's completely in-house, built from the bottom up. Additionally, you're going to have its own app store. Pandora is supposed to be on board. Strava is supposed to be on board. And I think there's a couple others that are going to be on board at launch. But it's going to have its own thing other than Android Wear altogether.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what they've always been doing. They always have been doing like their own little thing. And I guess we should say the name of it. It's called the Fitbit Ionic. And it's waterproof. It's got they say battery life up to 10 hours if you're using built-in GPS, over 4 days if you're just doing regular use. 2.5 gigabytes of storage, or 300 songs, they put it. And it is waterproof and has a GPS chip, so you can do a lot of that fitness stuff that you would want to do with a Fitbit. But the thing that jumps out to me is I think it's ugly as sin. I don't know what you guys think.
It's not the prettiest. We saw leaks like a long time ago. Well, not long, but May-ish. We got like a full design leak, and even then people were saying how hideous it was. So I was kind of hoping that because it was sort of delayed, I think it was rumored to come out a while back, but maybe they were going back to the drawing board since acquiring Pebble, maybe incorporating a nice little Pebble design in there. No, not at all. It's the exact same thing we saw before, and it's pretty hideous. It's minimal.
Like an expansion off the Blaze itself.
Yeah.
Big display. It's just a touchscreen display now.
That's true. Yeah, the Blaze was kind of weird because it was like a little square. I think it even popped out, and then you can put it into other little bands or whatever. But this one is just like completely, I guess minimal is the word, but it's also not very pretty. It's like the exact opposite of what an Apple Watch looks like.
Yeah. And like Andrew said, they're not using Pebble OS. They purchased Pebble. And if you look at this watch, they've done nothing with Pebble. I'm sure they're using the brain power of Pebble on some things, but like Pebble's design, Pebble's software, none of that has transferred over to this watch.
The nice Pebble hardware. There's no e-ink, anything. It's using like an LCD display or whatever. It's supposed to get some pretty good battery life-ish, 10 hours, I think.
With GPS.
With GPS. So that's pretty nice. But I mean, you're still going to have to plug it in every single day. With a lot of people
they said 4 days with regular use. So if you're not using GPS a lot, you can stretch it almost to that Pebble, week long.
Yeah. So if you're not doing a lot of fitness stuff with it, then yeah, it'll go longer.
But I mean, it's a Fitbit, so like, of course, people are going to do fitness.
Exactly. It's the whole point of it. And then the price.
The price is terrible.
It's more expensive than the first gen Apple Watch.
Yeah, $300, right?
Yeah.
Insane. That's extremely high asking price. I mean, I don't understand.
Like, I feel like most Android Wear smartwatches that aren't like super high end, they're around like $250.
Yep, you'll see like a max. I mean, even those, I guess they seem a little more premium. This does have some kind of like Android. It's not Android Pay, but it does have like NFC tap to pay stuff. And since it's using their own proprietary technology for that, you can do tap to pay on it without your phone, so you don't even need your phone. Because apparently, Fitbit acquired the guys that made Coin, which was that little credit card.
Oh gosh!
Oh wow!
That never came out. I think I still I'm owed one. But I was one of the dumb ones that bought it. So like I think you're going to be able to upload your credit cards into your little Fitbit, and then you can be able to pay. You don't even need your smartphone around, which is kind of nice. If you're running around and need to buy a Gatorade or something.
Yeah.
So that's the story of the Fitbit Ionic. Just Fitbit doing their own thing and kind of ignoring everybody else. and I guess we'll see how successful that attempt is when this comes out pretty soon. You can pre-order it right now, like we mentioned, for $300. But that has been the Fancast, and we will talk to you guys later.
Take it easy.
See you.